Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. In this video I'll be giving you a full overview of all the features available in the Star Wars Battlefront beta and how the progression system works, so that you know how to get started when playing the beta yourself and where to find everything you need. Let's start off by simply going over each feature in the game menu and what it contains. The first section is the simple play button, where you can either join multiplayer matches or missions. And as you know, the only two available multiplayer modes in the beta are Walker Assault on Hoth and Drop Zone on Sullust. You simply press the game mode you want to join and you end up in an automatic server joiner. For the missions, the only available one in the beta is the Survival on Tatooine, where you can play 6 waves on normal difficulty, either solo or with a friend. In the full game there will be 15 waves and also 3 different difficulties to play on, as well as multiple planets, so this is simply just to get a taste of how it actually works. If we move on to the other features, we end up under the Collect section. Under Collect we have 2 different sections, the Unlocks and the Diorama. And as you can see, the Diorama is not available in the beta, but as I mentioned in an earlier video, this is where you will get rewards for the harder challenges in the game, and also where the real completionists will spend a lot of their time after they unlocked most of the actual gameplay stuff. If we move into the Unlock section, we can see that this is where you'll be customizing and buying your equipment, both blasters, star cards and traits. There's also a third section for the customization that is also locked for the beta. So at the start of the beta you will have 0 out of 4 unlocked blasters. Instead you will have the A280C when you're playing as the Rebels and the E11 when you're playing as the Empire. But if you decide to unlock one of those 2 weapons permanently, it means you'll be able to use them no matter which side you're playing on. As you can see, unlocking some weapons requires both the correct level and a set amount of credits. Like the DLT-19 for example, that requires 2250 credits and level 5. This is my personal favorite weapon in the beta, so it will be the first one I save up to buy. If we move over to the other part, we arrive at the star cards, and this part can be a slight bit confusing if you haven't played the game before. When you play the game you're allowed a hand of 3 cards to use in game, but you cannot use any combination of cards you want, but the hand is limited to 2 normal cards and 1 charge card. The normal cards has no limit on how much you can use them. As long as they're off the cooldown you can always use them, whereas the charge cards requires a charge every time you use them. And these charges can be obtained either by buying them here in the shop or picking them up in actual matches. They basically look like small lightning bolts on the map. If we take a look at the star cards available, you can see that both the Personal Shield and the Ion Shot has a different icon up in the right corner. And this is because they are charge cards. And if you take a look at the Ion Shot that I've already unlocked, you can see that if I buy it again, I actually get 10 charges for it. So the charges are bought specifically for each star card. So in the top spot of your hand you need to have one of those 2, and then for the other 2 spots you can choose freely between the other 4 star cards available in the beta. So just to give you an example, the setup I used most of the time was the Personal Shield as my charge card, and then the Cycler Rifle and the Thermal Detonator as my 2 other normal star cards. Right here at the bottom of the shop there's one other type of card available, a trait. And this is actually something that is used completely separately from the hand, as a separate bonus effect. I have a video up explaining exactly how traits work on my channel, as it's a bit complicated to explain. So if you want to know more about traits, just make sure to check out that video in the description below. It's basically like a bonus effect that increases the higher kill streak you get. And it's the same thing with these cards as with the weapons. All of them require credits to buy, but some of them require a specific level as well. So to summarize this section, there are 2 charge cards, 4 normal cards, and lastly 1 trait. And there will of course be a lot more than that in the full game. These hands can be customized both in this menu and between matches, whereas the blaster can be changed at any time during a match. Both experience and credits are simply gained by playing multiplayer matches. I noticed that I tend to get around 300 to 500 credits per game. I also noticed that doing survival did not gain me any credits, but I'm unsure if that's because it's just a beta or if it's supposed to be like that in a full game as well. I think you will actually get credits and XP from missions as well, at least the first times when you play it. You will also be able to earn credits in the base command game available through the Battlefront companion, meaning that you can work towards unlocking new stuff even if you aren't actually at your PC, which I think is pretty sweet. That's actually all the features available in the beta. If you take a look at the menu you can also find a stats menu, but that one is also unavailable in the beta. I hope you now have a better understanding of how the features work in the beta and the game in general. Otherwise just drop me a comment below and I'll answer it the best I can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.